Alright, fellow preppers, this is Geordie Prepper, and there's only really one article that I want to cover. A US businessman pays car tax with 300,000 coins and spends $1,000 making his point. Now, this is a businessman, a gentleman who was paying a car bill at the DMV with 300,000 coins. And, he had a little bit of a dispute with them. He had taken them to court to get some phone numbers from them for his local branches. To further prove a point, he took 5 wheelbarrows with him to the DMV with 300,000 coins to pay a car bill, right? When I saw this, I just had the biggest Cheshire Cat grin on my face ever. This guy, you've got to just applaud him. This guy, he knows how to make a point in style because, like I've said on many occasions and across many of my videos, and in fact you'll find videos on my channel which will hopefully lead you to do your own investigation into fiat currency and the private central banks which we've been forced to serve. The cashless society is the second biggest threat to all of our liberties and our freedoms which we still have left, basically. The reason that I keep saying this is because it really is such a big threat, and there's such a little understanding of just how serious that threat is. And I would just encourage everyone who's listening just to check out the videos on my channel, such as The Money Masters. That is a brilliant documentary from the mid-1990s. And when you're watching it, you'll find that there are many things which are said which are completely relevant, and in fact will be relevant until we absolutely smash and destroy these private central banks that have a stranglehold on our lives. And you may think that that's a ridiculous statement, but I can guarantee that once you look into just what a fiat currency is and just the amount of areas that the central banks have their hooks into, then you'll realize, that you basically just serve them. You work to pay off the interest in the currency which they've loaned to the government of your country. So when I saw this article, I was just absolutely applauding this gentleman, and it really just backs up what I've been saying, that we have to use more cash. It's absolutely essential, and the more people that start doing it and we start rejecting this cashless society. I see that there was a cafe in England somewhere which was just accepting electronic payments. Just boycott any establishment that further introduces this cashless society. Let's just say hypothetically that the cashless society is brought in, right? All of your time that you're at work, all the stress that you put yourself under, and remember that we're the only species in the animal kingdom that does work for financial gain, to serve others, to get a little bit of a pittance for ourselves, and we get some days off during the year as a little reward for serving these people and for, keeping them in, lofty ascension. The moment, let's just say, however, that the cashless society does get brought in, right, 100%. The second that that's introduced, right, if we allow it, your life is going to serve an electronic number, and that's it, literally, because you're not going to get anything physically to even prove that you actually did any work. You're basically, from cradle to grave, just gonna work so that you see some numbers ticking up on a bank account. But this gentleman here gives me hope, and the more of you that are listening, like me, who only conducting cash transactions, and I hope that more of you do, it's going to at least slow it down, but the hope is that it's going to stop it. So please use more cash. This has been Geordie Prepper. Be safe, be prepared, and I'll see you next week.